Welcome back, everyone, to the DreamHack Open featuring Fortnite, where we are about 45 minutes into the semifinals competition, which means that we only have 2 hours and 15 minutes left before we find our 100 players that are going to be moving forward into the grand finals just a few hours from now. I'm your host, Hello Kelly Link. We got Sancho, West, and Fallout calling all of the action here. And of course, we have to give a big shout out to Mappy with that victory royale at the very end. But it looked like it could have been someone else's game there. Mappy kind of stole it at the very end, Sancho.
Hey, Mappy stayed with it, but I mean, my boy, I think it was, what was Artur? He was popping off. Everybody was popping off. Antorak, thank you so much, was popping off so much. But I think what happened was that Stark Industries zone took a lot out of everybody. You saw so many people just falling to fall damage, trying to make a big time play.
Yeah, and I gotta say, sorry, Kelly, I just gotta give it a lot of hype right there because the one player in particular, he mentioned Antorak, but it was Steelix that was operating and running and moving like a steel-made steam train as Steelix absolutely dominated that late game. I thought he was gonna win the whole thing. He was going through one player after another, just running a train.
Yeah, incredible performance from Ant and Steelix there, but was it enough to get them in our top 20 leaderboard? And of course, Mappy with the victory royale there. I can imagine that we might be seeing him, but there's 1,500 players competing right now. Chat, anyone can be up on top. And it looks like Linear is going to be on top right now with 130 points. Psycho Alfie is going to be in second place with 115. iDrop is going to be holding third place, none other than Benji Fish, representing NRG, is going to be holding fourth place right now. And then, of course, Noah is in fifth.
I can't believe this. Can Noah Riley and Benji Fishy not be together? Those are competing throughout the trios. They're going head to head over Doom's Domain. And here they are just sitting back to back, fourth and fifth place. But someone else you got to really keep an eye out for is iDrop. iDrop did really well in week one in FNCS trios, is known as the fragger for that trio. So iDrop doing really well as well. And that's what I'm saying. This entire thing is stacked of talent.
Yeah, Sancho, I want to say you're right. Benji and Noah almost seemingly have a magnetic force keeping them right next to each other. But really, I want to talk about 3 players on the screen we haven't talked about yet. Shizo Master had a really good quals, doing really well so far. Can you keep it up? Wave Janice and Andalix, both within the top 20. Those are some very impressive names, some standout names. And then, of course, Hen, who is, in my opinion, the best player in the world at infiltrating other regions, most consistently coming over to North America West and North America East with success. Well, he's doing it over in his home EU region as well. The British man is killing it.
Yeah, pretty great performances right now. I do want to point out, though, that first and third place only have 1 game played. Psycho Alfie has 3 games played right now. So Alfie's going to have to change some things up if he wants to consistently be up on top or even qualify into the grand finals right now. But speaking of qualifying in the grand finals right now, the current threshold for points is 63 to 64 points right now. That's right, Sneezy, as well as Thomas HD and Kiriachi not qualifying right now, just on the cusp. But guys, we're just starting. We're not even an hour into the competition. So these 3 gentlemen, as well as the other 1,400 players that are below the 100 right now, still have an opportunity to make it in.
Yeah, and this is the kind of day that they've always said is the hardest day, qualifying from the semifinals to the grand finals, because it's just so tough. Usually your drop is going to be contested, and whereas we're going to see throughout the highlights, everyone is kind of popping off with some great edits, and you're seeing some phenomenal gameplay here, Fallout. But I'd be interested to see if this style of play sticks on as we go on throughout the broadcast here in the semifinal stage.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We typically do see a trend where things start aggressive because early game, there's 1,500 players. And while you have to give respect to pretty much everyone in a 1,500 player lobby, you don't got to give that much respect to 1,500 players in a qualifier, not lobby, sorry. So I think you're going to see that aggression start early. You're going to see that for maybe 1 or 2 more games. And then you're going to see some absolutely stacked late games because you're not going to see that much aggression. Meanwhile, we get to see Mappy in his late game finish with the double elimination, the 2K to close it out. Nice job for Mappy. He's just proving that placement in late game matters the most.
Yeah, lots of great players that we're going to be taking a look at. And chat, let us know who you want to watch right now. Obviously, there's 1,500 players, but maybe you got a favorite player that you want to check in on. I know I've seen a lot of love for Mongrel, and I can imagine that there's some love for Benji Fishy right now. But we are ready with game number 2 of the semifinals, and we're going to be hopping into it right now.
Here we go. It is time, ladies and gentlemen, for the second game on the broadcast. Games are everywhere that's happening throughout the entire semifinal stage. We'll do our best to find the best action for you today here. I am Sancho West alongside Fallout. Fallout, what have you been impressed so far as we're jumping into the battle bus for this second game?
Listen, Sancho, you know I'm a man who believes in giving the love to the players because without the players, we got nothing. But I've been impressed with our duo ship, all right? Me and you, I think, as a casting duo, I've been really enjoying the vibes. I'm going to give some self-love. No, I'm just kidding. I've been impressed with the variety of the gameplay. I know I've been talking about it a lot, but Steelix's performance, his ability under pressure, in shambles from an HP perspective, to still perform at the top level and to make it to the top 5, huge. I think that's going to be enough to get Steelix within the top 100. We'll see if he can stay consistent, though. I'd love to see Steelix in the grand finals. I also want to see if Andalix, if Thomas HD can sneak into that top 100 as well.
We're seeing Podesai in the top right with, for a brief moment, trying to sneak in and grab that Henchman chest. But I Am Ben is going to make his way to Dirty Docks, which has been a very popular spot as well. A lot of these spots are going to be popularized by the FNCS trios. Such strong trios, kind of like, let's see, who lands here in the ENAE? So you got Reverse 2K, Day and Miro. Look, the 50-50 going off. The pickaxe is not going to win that against the blue pump. Down you go with the quick bang right there. And on the EU side of things, for all our EU viewers, you have Thomas H.E. and Nos and Flick landing here at Dirty Docks. So Dirty Docks is a great opportunity to kind of maximize your mat output. There is a strong rotation going into Stark Industries, but now Ben has to solve this rotation that is not really short and far. As you got to watch out, Fallout. That pistol is very deadly. Someone who could be very accurate.
It is, and honestly, Ben, though, could have hit that edit on the stairs and could have gotten the one tap to the head and decided not to hit the edit. Maybe slow edits, maybe nerves, who knows? But Ben Bag with a missed opportunity there to catch Peas off guard. We'll see if Ben can now some way, somehow bounce back. He needs to do it. He needs to find a way. He is in very rough position in terms of HP. And there it is, almost with an opportunity again. One more edit. Can he get it? No, it's Peas that takes the aggression. There it is.
Ooh.
Shotgun beats pistol in a close range fight. Rock beats scissors.
The confidence to have that play right there, to kind of go ahead and flick that shot over a peanut butter edit like that was not your strong side. Big time play, as we see in the replay. Zestin snatches a big time shotgun blast on his opponent point blank. So big shotgun blasts. And speaking of shotgun blasts, they did vault the charged shotgun.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's a long time coming. I think for a while there, players liked the charged shotgun at first, and then there was some mixed feedback and mixed reviews, and then the return of the pump, really showing that Epic listens to player feedback. And now, of course, it's all pump all day. Only a gray pump right now for Noah, who's right next to Benji Fishy. Of course, on the outskirts of that Doom's Domain drop he's known for, but he has Derek in his sights. Yeah,
Noah Riley, who's in our top 5 at the moment with a strong aggressive play. And you're seeing the trick-or-treats in the inventory, the candy corn in the inventory. It gives you some HP over time. It's like a slurp mushroom. Candy corn, I have to say this right now, has no business being a Halloween candy.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Meanwhile, you just saw a replay on the bottom left of your screen as Lacuse really looked like he entered the Matrix, dodging an absolute bullet storm until finding himself face-to-face with an elimination on Duck on top. And now we have Noah. Finds himself in face-to-face as well. Looks like his opponent doesn't want any of this business, but really, Noah's on the back foot now.
I'm telling you, candy corn, I'm going to go back to this, Fallout, has no business being a Halloween candy, as this person has no business pushing Noah Riley. If you see Noah Riley in your Elim feed, you just stay away from Noah Riley. Just do it. He knows everything about this region so well. He knows every single bush, every single fence, every single chest spawn, and almost big time play there, Fallout. That was hot.
That was indeed. And, the production team says, you know what, screw your candy corn comment. We love candy corn. In fact, so much that we celebrate National Candy Corn Day, which is not a thing. I refuse to believe that the DreamHack production team is correct there. I want a source check, and I want one ASAP. There should not be a candy corn day because candy corn should not be Halloween candy. I completely agree wholeheartedly with my man Sancho, as now Noah finds himself in elimination and says, you know what? I'm proven that candy corn is delicious because I ate some candy corn and found success. Candy corn also should not heal you because it's so bad for your teeth.
Absolutely, but that was a big time push and kind of a recovery for Noah Riley there. Noah did not have strong power weapons. He only had a common shotgun, and he went up against a epic shotgun, and now he gets rewarded handsomely for his efforts. And I'm taking a look at the minimap, only has about one competitor in Doom's Domain sitting at Doom's Castle. So this is going to be a big time start for them. Now, this is not Thomas HE. This is not Gamma Gaming's Thomas HE, but it just shows you the fandom that Thomas HE is building in the community.
Or,
this is
I don't know.
No, trust me. This is a sign of respect. Thomas HG has Gamma in his name because he's signed with Gamma Gaming.
Yeah, you're
Thomas
right. I know that. I'm just saying, or Thomas is just a pretty common, popular name. You know, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
Thomas with the 0, perhaps.
Yeah,
perhaps
exactly.
not. But hey, this is what a great story point to kind of talk to you, everybody out there that's never seen Fortnite competitive. Players tend to change names, which is always a challenge for broadcasting. But when a player changes their name to another player's name, like Fishy, RR, Thomas, that is a sign of like, hey, I'm a big fan of their game. I respect their game. I want to emulate them in any kind of way. So Thomas here doing a really strong start with 30 points so far here at the DreamHack Open. Already the projections is looking about 280. So 280 is pretty tough to attain here, considering that already so many players on the top of the board are around the 60s to 80s here at Fallout.
Yep. Yeah, you know what they say, imitation is the greatest form of flattery. As of course, we now have a replay at the bottom left of our screen of Fraction deciding that his assault rifle is now a sniper rifle. Look at this. Long range accuracy from Fraction. He had to really thread a needle there with a fraction of his cursor and found a way to find the elimination. That was wonderful.
And yeah, we're seeing the different skill sets throughout the entire lobby. Is, you know, sometimes nerves get out to you. This is a open stage. Sometimes this is as a victory for some players to make it to the semifinals. It's a great start to their competitive career. Normally, if you're getting beamed from that distance, you would build to protect yourself. But now we're seeing a battle between La Cruz and John 22. Not quite sure what's going to happen in this fight, but that's the beauty of Fortnite. Is you could kind of control the builds, the edits. You could kind of control the terrain as much as your ability and to look for that clean shot. And John 22 has some clean movement, Fallout.
Yeah, listen, as a fellow John, I'm rooting for John here. The Johns have to stick together.
Yeah, but he's John with an H, though,
That's
John.
true. Listen, you ruined it, because if he was going to die, I was going to say the reason he died was because he spelled his name wrong. Now I can't say that, because especially because he got the elimination. Johns are just great. John's on top. It doesn't matter. We don't discriminate around here. I almost called you Shio. Sancho, we don't discriminate around here. We love all Johns of all types.
What about Jonathan's?
Jonathan's are debatable. Okay, that's the exception to the rule here. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Okay. Now we're seeing Noah Riley is getting a chase down. This is what the replay that we just witnessed. Now, if you go into a porta potty and or a porta fort or kind of portal, any kind of way, a trash can, a phone booth, if you get caught on the way out, you get damaged, it will kind of shoot you back up and reverse your path. And that's what just happened right there. So it was an easy trash shot, so to speak. I never know what kind of way to call it, but let's just call it a trash can shot, a Oscar the Grouch type of shot. Wayne last here, 83 points, a strong start in the semifinals, looking very well. Kelly kind of mentioned someone already has 3 games underneath their belt, most likely try to W key game, but we might be witnessing a hit and run. Oh, no.
Smart. That was actually kind of smart. I like that.
That was good.
He uses the car to find the bush and says, you know what, I'm just going to ghost ride the whip for a second, get out of the car, get in the bush and get some instant cover. And that gave Juan Last the slight advantage and the first shot advantage, the first mover's advantage in this fight. We'll see if he can capitalize on that. Smart play so far. Of course, I think that was Reason I may have seen nearby. Not sure if it was. We know Reason likes to drop Holly Hedges. And this is a rotation towards the late game, so I can't see who that player is to his left, but Juan Last needs to be careful of this third party coming through. Nice job right now controlling this fight.
Ooh, and I was going to say, I was looking for the crash pad play to get in there to be the box breaker, decides to save all that utility, knowing how valuable they are. As Jamside picks up an elim here. There's multiple games. These are not set lobbies just yet. That's what these players are playing for. 100 players advances to the grand finals, and we see FSA, only 16 points, so really far behind on pace to qualify. But that could change really quickly here as someone zooms on by in the whiplash. No doubt it is Tony Stark's whiplash. Got to keep a tab on that. But Dual Media here is going to DKS, actually. DKS and FSA are going back and forth, toe-to-toe here in this build-out. Now, you could, I was about to say, you have to close this out quickly because you don't want to use up all your resources that you just earned, and you're already taking a look. What you got for me?
I got a good one. You know, FSU, FSA. You know, sometimes, listen, you know this, as casters, it's hard because you never know how to pronounce some people's gamer tags. That one, I'm going to go, Fasaw gets the elimination right there with a little bit of that. You okay with that? Can you give me one on?
Fasaw!
Yeah, Fasaw. That's how we're going to pronounce that one. Fasaw.
I respect it.
Yeah, it's kind of we might be right, we might be wrong, but either way, we deliver the hype, you know?
Absolutely. The hype is delivered, packaged to you at the front door. As Ruru and Graz, they have a front door battle at the moment, and this is going to be a storm fight. Now, Ruru has a flopper here, but no mats. Really low. And I say no mats even though you see it. When you're down to nothing but wood, now it goes down to 50-50 and everything's out the door here, Fallout.
That's exactly right. Now, this one is definitely Ruru, but this one, Sancho, if you're okay with it, we're going to go Ruru, like a little Scooby. That's how we're going to pronounce that one, just because we're nuts. Is that all right?
Okay, Reggie.
I didn't know you had a Scooby impression inside you. That was actually not calculated. Is this a thing that you do?
You only get one from me, brother. You only get one. That's it.
One Scooby impression or one impression all broadcast? Because if it's
one
the latter,
Scooby.
That's it. Good. What else you got for me? You got anything else?
Hey, it comes. You know, it comes out of nowhere.
All right. I better get at least one out of nowhere. Then I'm not gonna do it on demand. I know you don't do impressions on demand. You don't ask, the magician to just do magic tricks. They do it when they please, just like you do impressions when you please. But I'm hoping we get at least 2 or 3 more of those. Right?
Fair enough. This we did see a replay of Archibald went on the hunt, snuck up on Rage Quit, and gets a nice elim there. So what we do here in the DreamHack stage is we keep you up to date with other games that's happening out. If someone gets an important victory royale, you'll find out here as well. And we'll jump into multiple games. Of course, 1,500 players all throughout out across. So you're expecting that's about, if math does me right, 15 games that we have going simultaneously to keep an eye on. As Rutbro is going to make their way with a nice rotation on the car.
I love that you're rolling with that madness. As we got the crash dummy here, pretending to not be a real person and be an actual crash dummy. Because we all know crash dummies can't drive cars. You need to somehow find a way to, press in the gas pedal. And this crash dummy is really struggling to do that. So, John, the crash dummy, currently sitting within the yellow taxi, just kind of posting up, hoping no one sees him, remaining a low profile and just say, hey, nothing to worry about here. I'm just a crash dummy in a car. Don't mind me. You guys take everyone out. I'll hopefully get first place.
He's setting up an ambush. This is a great, interesting strat that's been developed. Mr. Savage had a phenomenal clip on Twitter. What he does is he's leaving it open. He's in the idle position so the car won't run. So you don't know if anyone's in this. And he's blending in as well. I'm expecting a great shot from the window. Here it is.
Oh, my God.
No. Oh, my God. You eventually have to come out. Ooh, gets right into the box. But you have to strike before the gig is up. And he's going to go ahead and broom on out. Oh, no. This is going to be a matter of moments as Edits sees the green light to push this situation here, and the rest of the lobby decides to push on in. The person that sets up the trap has now become the hunted. It's an opportunity for John to survive as much as possible, and he cannot use that broom because there is a cooldown effect on that Fallout.
Yeah, that's exactly right. The crash dummy burns and crashes and fails like a crash dummy is meant to do. And you know what? If I was petty, which I kind of am, low-key, I'm kind of glad that didn't work because that's a little bit too, it's smart. Some casters get hyped by that. I get hyped by certain things, but that was pretty darn cheeky and it failed. So, kids, I know you see clips on Twitter and I know you want to do the same thing by Mr. Savage like all those players do. And that's a nice headshot through a wall. No, I'm just kidding. That's obviously a spectator mode.
That's through the window.
Through the window,
not through the wall. Yeah.
Exactly. I was joking. But kids, if you see clips on Twitter, just because it works on a Twitter clip in an arena game or in a pub match doesn't mean you should do it on a broadcast and in a tournament for $250,000. I'm just saying. Lesson learned, I hope.
You got to risk it for the biscuit because if it would work, it would have been a clip in itself.
That's true. But in a tournament scene, I don't know. I'm a little less risky there.
I got to break bad news to you, though. Fasao is Fasao, okay?
Oh, no.
He got eliminated right before his eyes. But the good news is they don't have to wait in the 30 to 40-minute queue to wait for the next game. They can jump on in and keep going. Now, the question is, how many games do you have left? We're taking a look at this lobby. There's Milan in this fight, very strong player who's been kind of making a name for themselves throughout the entire scene. And Milan is looking for the signature win. Milan has been competing in the FNCS trios. Did really well on that stage as well. So a lot of trios are kind of now separated to solos, and they're littered throughout the entire top 1,500 that we have here. Be interesting to see if we see a trio go up against each other, or possibly former duos go up against each other. And that is what's awesome about the DreamHack stage. But what's awesome right now is Flu is looking golden, baby. Look at that loadout, but it's the builds that worry me, Fallout. It's the builds.
It's the builds indeed. He has heals, has the right loadout in terms of weaponry, but he has Arctic Bat right behind him, someone on a mountain in front of him, and it's looking a little scary right now, especially having to traverse up a mountain. Travis Scott, you need to build, man. You need to build, Travis. Use the bandages. What do you call them? Bandage? No, he called them Band-Aids. Use the Band-Aids and survive, Travis. What do you got here?
He's doing his best to kind of hold on to his builds because he knows he's like going into the circle with only half the max resources is going to be a problem. And when you have this golden loot, the pressure is kind of on you not to mess up because these are very strong weapons. And now the lobby's focusing on him just a hair as he's trying to make his way. And actually he picks up some nice like vulture opportunity right there. And he has to use this mobility. Oh no. Man,
rough pickings.
The shine is too strong, though. Fallout. The shine was too strong.
Yeah, exactly. When it glimmers, it's gold. That's what we know right there. As David, as he pops out, stands out to the rest, and someone, however, gets that nice gold loadout. They're going to be happy. Whoever got the elimination. Meanwhile, Prex chugs a small shield potion, and with newfound energy, removes his opponent from play. As we just saw in the replay at the bottom left of our screen. And you pointed something out earlier, Sancho, and you kind of gave some perspective on the broadcast and the DreamHack production team and really how great they do of keeping us up to speed with other matches, everything going on in the grand scheme of the tournament. Just to give you a little bit more of the behind-the-scenes magic, we have two observers, Crasher and Razki, who do a phenomenal job catching these replays for us. And they give us these little captions to work with as well. They don't just say replay next. They give us a nice little caption to work with as well. I got to give a lot of love to our observers. Of course, Johan, our producer, and really the whole team of 10 to 15 people behind the scenes that make this happen. Big shout out and thank you to the DreamHack team. And I will say, by working DreamHack events, I became a major fan of the country of Sweden and Swedish people because they are awesome. Everyone I've worked with in the DreamHack team is amazing.
Absolutely. I will definitely echo that as well. As now placement points are being doled out here in this match. 46. Already the top 50 is when the placement points do get doled out. And this is going to be an interesting in-game. A lot of elevations to deal with. A lot of concave geography to deal with. And David could not deal with that as well as he was making his rotation. He gets bopped.
Kill, though.
Yeah, this is going to be, this is what's the tough part here is so many players already are up on the mountain looking down, trying to do their best to send beams. And because they don't have to worry about storm surge in these early semifinals, they could kind of be passive and just sit up here and look for those opportunities to send those beams as the opportunity rings true for Wakey from Godsend picking up the Victory Royale. So big names picking Victory Royales, and no doubt that is going to be something to keep an eye out throughout the day as we do have some big names here. We got Row, Jamside, Faction, who've been seen popping off the broadcast, the Thomas Fan. Taking a look at here as this is the kind of the jockeying that I've been talking about. This is kind of like Bizzle's Mountain here for those people on the NAE side of things. This is strong, like Prex right there has a strong hold on the lobby. And you're looking at Bin Bag has a decent hold, but the high point right there, the reason why it's so strong is the sight lines you get, the advantage that you get. And Edits and Broads are kind of gambling that's going to go down the Weeping Woods. Yeah,
that's exactly right. This is, I'm not going to lie, 2 games in a row here. We've had kind of unfortunate finishes for people that are on low ground. I'm not a big fan of high elevation finishes, and this current map in the current meta as it stands has so much elevation. It's insane. And, you know, verticality is a thing in Fortnite that you just got to be smart. You got to rotate early. You got to be able to take advantage of that. Sometimes it's easier said than done. Frenzy Farm was the one place that was truly flat on the map. And then in the new season, guess what? Stark Industries comes, and there goes the one flat place, the one regular endgame finish.
We saw a hint of the elevation, use the broom. That's a great way by ZTK on the top right. Seeing Jamside from VP on the bottom right being very aggressive, going up against a dummy. As we're seeing, rotations are happening on the left side of your screen, but we're just going to stick with ZTK, who picked up an Elim, and Jamside picked up Elims. 2 Elims happening in our picture-in-picture frame.
Yeah, Jamside, the Russian of Virtus Pro, one of the most dominant CIS or Eastern European esports organizations. If you haven't heard of Virtus Pro or VP, you look them up. They've been doing it for a long time across a variety of titles, not just Fortnite. They, of course, have Kiriachi and Jamside, the 2 Russians that have really performed incredibly well. We're going to see what Jamside can do here. Meanwhile, ZTK trying to try his own luck.
Here it goes. We're getting into the end game. The 5th zone is about to come to a close, and then we'll go to 6, 7, 8, and 9 full rotations. And that is where the chaos truly rings. And that is where our competitors have a strong opportunity to pick up the most E-limbs. Now we're taking a look on Jam side. On the bottom side, a little bit of lobby focus to deal with. Someone's on his front door. He has really low builds, only 4 builds on your bottom right, but picks up a nice pre-fire elimination right there with the purple pump. And let's see if he gets the builds that he needs. Now we're gonna go to the left side. We're seeing at height is Tinkos sitting at height looking strong. As the rest of the lobby, there's a couple of people at the mid ground. On your right, top right, ZTK picked up a big elim, but it's Gem side with 4 elims, 97 points, and the materials and the power to maybe get himself a Victory Royale Fallout.
That's exactly right. We'll see if he can do it. Matt's not looking great, though. Down to just 60 total builds, make it 50 in the blink of an eye. He has good loot, has good inventory, needs to find at least 1 or 2 eliminations because, you know, we still have a long ways to go here. We're in Storm 6 out of 9. Meanwhile, we got a replay of Prophecy Kiox making a quick edit from ground control and taking down Halo FN from the sky like he's Major Tom. I like that play right there out of Kiox. Is now Jam side trying to do his best impression of, you know, what we saw Booga do in the NA East and making absolute mountains out of molehills. Meanwhile, we're going to switch over to Mr. Funny Clown because he's funny.
Funny how?
You know, funny just because of his name.
Is the way he talks? Is he amusing? Do I amuse you?
He's more of a mime.
Ah, fair
He
enough.
doesn't talk much, but he's a man of few words, but it's still funny, you know?
Absolutely. Funny Clown, though, 77 points. That's not the joking to be joking around with. But what's really interesting with Funny Clowns is his inventory. A lot of med kits, not a lot of power weapons, and only 17 builds. And in this situation, you want to have the power weapons to maximize your output, as you see right there. Ooh! He didn't get a clean hit, but got a cleaner hit in the second one. Does not elect to go ahead and upgrade, but the zone does go back, so he's going to be able to collect the spoils of that elim. But Milan may go and take those. Hey, those are my loot. Be careful. Get out of there.
It's like, what's wrong with you, Milan? You're a thief. You're a straight thief. Get 1 versus 1 fight now. He's like, I'm going to get you. Chasing down the thief right now is Mr. Funny Clown. Will he get the elimination is the question. We just saw Storm Surge come into effect, and we're just an hour into broadcast here. That says a lot about how competitive the EU lobbies are. Typically, we don't see Storm Surge in effect until a little bit later with these early games of the Phase 2 part of the DreamHack tournament, where 1,500 players are still qualifying in an open tournament. Meanwhile, Jamside gets 1. It's going to be over tricked. Mr. Funny Clown. We're just going to roll with him because, you know, he's funny. And he's currently going to try and pop this medkit for 7 HP. Is he just trolling right now?
I mean, this is... I mean, I guess... ooh, okay. He's a slow downfall. I got it. I got this.
That's what I'm saying, though. I'm like, don't pop a medkit. You just have to edit and get a pick, and boom. You got more than just 7 HP. You get 50 HP.
You're right. This is the throws. You know, a lot of players on this first time being in these high, crazy lobbies.
Yeah.
You may scrim this as much as possible, or you may kind of simulate this in zone wars as the bounce play does get a tag in the back, or Funny Clown has to use some minis here, find an opportunity to use them. Nice. Gets a nice hit. I like the pre-fire from Funny Clown. Hey, this is what's great about DreamHack. Yeah, opportunities to meet new players and to make a name for yourself on the big stage.
That's exactly right. Open qualifier, open region, and players like Mr. Funny Clown who have been grinding arena, who have maybe gotten to some scrims, but not the pro scrim lobbies they would like to get into. Now they have a chance to prove themselves. Now they have a chance to say, hey, I deserve this invite because look how I held high ground in game number 3 of the qualifier. Look how good of a job I did. I'm there. I'm ready. I'm the next wave. He's trying to prove it right now. Mr. Funny Clown gets Trulex. Speaking of pro players, Enterprise's very own Trulex gets taken down by the Funny Man himself.
Man, I don't know who Funny Clown is, but looking at his kit, upgraded to a gold shotgun, has the broom for the witch's broom, so he could basically keep height, hold on to height. If he has to drop down, he could use the broom and kind of disengage, but Mr. Funny Clown, there's no funny business here, Fallout. He's going in for it. It's a top 3 situation. Can Funny Clown close the door on ZTK or Bin Bag?
That's the question. No funny business indeed. It's all serious right here. That's how we do things in DreamHack. As Funny Clown gets 1 versus 1 for the dub. Mr. Funny Clown trying to prove a name for himself. Can he do it against ZTK? That is the question. Currently has low ground. Currently has the HP advantage. Shayo, and he currently has the win in his grasp. I called you Shio again. I'm sorry. I'm going to keep going here because I feel bad. I'm embarrassed. We're going to jump back on board with Funny Clown as he has 5 eliminations, looking for the 6th, looking for the last pick, and he's going to get it. Mr. Funny Clown with a 6th elimination victory royale. What a performance, Sancho, not Shio.
Oh man, the joke's on everybody in that lobby as the Funny Clown reigns supreme. We got a lot more action and we got leaderboards to look at. We'll be right back after this break.